Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to look at self-introductions on phone. So how will you give introductions about yourselves or about your service? For example, before giving your service introductions, you have to give your introduction first. This is very important. So here today I brings how will you give introductions through phone. For example, you have to give introductions with unknown person. So at that time you must also use some of the formal introduction system. Otherwise, the next persons will not understand your purposes, will not try to consider on your thumb. So what you have to do, you have to follow, you have to introduce with the formal system. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to give greetings. In the greeting you can say hello, or according to your time you can say good morning, so good evening, right? So of course you can use this type of the greeting. And then what you have to do, you have to introduce your name. You have to say instead of the saying my name is, or instead of saying I am, you have to use here this is Julfiqer speaking here. Sometimes other people use I am Julfiqer or my name is Julfiqer. Here, as you are using the phone, you have to say this is Julfiqer speaking, or this is whatever your name here. You have to use here your name. This is Sabar speaking, Julfiqer speaking, or John is speaking. So, and then what you have to do is you have to mention your positions. If you are a student, then you can say here your grade. And if you're not a student, or if you're introducing on behalf of the company, then you have to mention here your position. So where are you working for, and what positions are you working? So you have to mention here your position. For example, I am a manager at the Coca-Cola company, or I am a someone's in this organization. So whatever your organizations, you have to mention your organizations, and you have to mention also your position here. So, and then now you already gives your greetings and your name also, and you also gives your company details. And what you have to do is why you are calling him. So you have to give the reasons or the purpose why are you calling him. So for example, if you are calling him about to deal with any new service, at that time you have to mention here your reasons. So how will you do that? So you have to say I would like to talk about upgrade versions, or I would like to talk about the updated service, or I would like to talk about the marketing policy, or I would like to talk about our new policy. So whatever your reason, whatever the reason you are calling for, then you have to mention here your reasons, your purpose of the calling. So now you already gives your names, your company details, and you already talk about the reasons of why you are calling him. And the most important point is here is the person is interested to your conversations or not. This is very important. For example, you are continually speaking here, you gives a greeting, you gives also your name and your company detail and your reason. But what you have to focus here is the person, the next person to whom you are calling, is he interested or not? That is very important. So how will you bring his attention here? You have to alert him by saying do you hear me please? Do you hear me please mean is you are giving him opportunity to talk to you back. For example, you are continually speaking here, hi, this is Julfiqer speaking, and I am a manager at the Coca-Cola company, and I would like to talk about the marketing policy. You are continually speaking here, but you also need to give him opportunity to talk to you. So here you have, or otherwise, if you are continually speaking, the next person may say he will throw you the phone and he will not interested to your conversation. So to bring his attention to your conversation, what you have to do, you have to alert him by saying, "Do you hear me, please?" Which means you are responding him, you are giving an alert to him that how he can bring, you can bring his attention to your platform. So, and if the person is interested to your conversation, then he will say, "Yes, I am hearing you," or he will say, "Yes, please go ahead," right? And you also need to clear your line by saying that, is it a good time to talk to you? So is it a good time to talk to you, which means is it a good time to talk with you? You are saying that, is it free time? Is it free time for you? So otherwise you are also continue your conversations, and eventually you both will not get any benefit from this discussion. So what you have to do, you have to ask from him that is it a good time for him, which means is the person is free or not. This is very important. So otherwise he, for example, he is busy and you are continuing your topics, and he will say just yes, I'm hearing you, you go ahead, but eventually you both will not get any benefit. So what you have to do, you have to say, is it a good time to talk to you, which means are you free at the moment. So is the next person is free, or he is very interested to hear you, to hear your conversation, or to come on your point, and the person will of course say yes, I am free at the moment. Or is he, or even he is very interested to your conversation, and he will say, can you call at the 6 o'clock or at the 9 p.m. right? He will give the exact times what the free time he most of the time use for. So that's why I believe you have to follow this strategy, this formal introduction systems before giving your introductions about company or any service. So yes, if you don't understand, you can ask from by comment below, or so we can see in the next video. Bye bye.